Happy Monday, my fellow, I want to make just a little bit of extra money on the side fools. Brent with AOB. Who doesn't want to do that, right? We just want to make a little extra money. So to be very, very clear, and I've said this before, this is about putting a little surplus money, a little extra spending money you have into the casino. It's disposable income 100%. You're not relying upon it. If you lose it, you lose it. It doesn't affect your life, okay? In a detrimental way. You're not going to miss your rent. You're not going to miss your food. Let's be very, very clear. Also, 100% gambling is very addictive because people tend to chase. And if you're using money that's not disposable, that you need, it's going to make that addiction even harder because you need to win that money back. And then you start chasing those losses because you're dependent on it. And you go through all the crazy things you can do. So down in the description below, every one of our videos, there is a number to call. If you're thinking you're having a problem, please reach out. Also, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the subscribe button below. Help us grow our channel. We're hitting up pretty high these days. We're doing great after 70 plus days. So hit it. Also, would appreciate if you like the video, hit the thumbs up down there. Let's see how many likes we can get. Down in the description, if you want to, if you're in the United States, there's a description to click to sign up for Stake US. There's also a link to our Discord channel. Jump in there. We have some awesome cash giveaways, twice a week cash giveaways, lots of fun events, but more importantly, you're going to be able to speak to, chat with people in there that have a various amount of history and experience with all different types of games, different casinos, etc. It's a great place to get in there and ask questions, answer questions. It's a great community. And we're going to start doing a really, really great, I sound like Donald Trump, a really, really great giveaway. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be fantastic. I'm the best person ever. Anyway, so sorry. I don't want to get into politics, so it's not a matter of any of that. It's just funny. So we're going to be giving a very rewarding monthly drawing, and all you have to do is we'll let you know on which video it's going to happen. I will give a catchphrase, and I'll say it several times through the video. All you got to do is write that phrase in the comments below the YouTube video. That's it. You'll be entered in. Then all you have to do is get into Discord on the day of the drawing, be in the channel, be there, and if your name is drawn, you're going to win a substantial reward. It's going to be good. None of this $5 Starbucks coupon code. No, it'll be a substantial win, and you will need to have the ability to accept Litecoin, which is a cryptocurrency. So if you don't have that, we don't do bank transfers. We don't do any of that stuff. It's all crypto at this point. So you need to have crypto. Anyway, I thought I would slow down. Sorry for that super long intro. I thought we would slow down and talk about the biggest things that I hear people talking about on low bankroll is what's my unit bet size? How much bankroll do I need? And what's my stop loss? So this is what I use this for, and it all depends on which strategy you're going to play. This is called the 9 Street, the one that I use the most, right? Here's the unit bet. This means how much I'm going to bet on each street, and here would be the total bet, which is the unit bet times 9, because we're playing 9 streets. Now for me, I bet $15 units most of the time for 135 total bet, and you can go down here. You see the progressions. This is every time you lose, you go to the next progression, right? And you're doubling it up every time. So the yellow is highlighted here because that's really the limit of where I would like to go. And that's the limit. I've only gone this far insofar as 9 streets, okay? And if you go back and look on day 2, I had to go to level 6, progression 6, and I had to bet it 3 times in a row to get to even. So I really use the 6 as kind of my gauge of going, all right, for me, that's my ultimate stop loss. For you, it should be much lower, okay? But let's get back to how much you have. So let's say you're going to bet a $1 unit, which would be a $9 9 street, right? Your total bet is $9. If I go down here by this, I want to have 8 or 9 progressions in my bankroll. So ideally, I would like to have $2,000 in my bankroll. Don't worry about the $295 because hopefully along the ways you're playing, you'll make your $295 if you ever reach this point. I have never reached this point ever. But it can happen. It can definitely happen. And I've definitely gone to 6. At this point, usually when I get to this point, I either stop or I'll go to a different strategy. But this is where you should be at. So for a $1 unit, you should really have that. Do I think you could get away with a $500 bankroll if you're careful and you're smart? I absolutely do. But in that case, what I would suggest, if you have less than $1,000, I suggest you lower this to 50 cents. All right. Now you have 7 progressions or even 10 cents. Now look at it this way. Playing 9 streets, you can go all the way down here. You could have 9 progressions and have a $500 bankroll and cover you all the way this far. Now it's true, every win you're going to make 30 cents. Okay. So roughly speaking, you're going to win some, lose some, and you have to take time to recover. But let's just say it takes you, it's 3 spins would make you 90 cents. Let's just round it off to $1. So we're easy math. Plus you're going to have another 3 minutes of recovery time for every spin. That's just what we're going to average, right? So it's 6 minutes for $1. Okay, you're trying to make $30. So 6 times 30. So you're talking 180 minutes roughly. Divided by 6, you're looking at 3 hours of gameplay to get to $30. So that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but you're playing very, very safe with these numbers. And if you have to lose, I mean, you would have to really lose a lot to get to that point. So 10 cents is a great starting unit till you're feeling comfortable. Second question is, when would I walk away? Well, I would do what I would do. I would do what I was preaching in the first couple of videos, okay, which is if you lose twice in a row before you recovered, so it doesn't have to be in a row. You could lose one, win one, that gets you almost back to recovery, then lose one again. That's 2 losses before you've made a full recovery back to the balance before you lost. Take a break. Stop, walk away, go do something, get a drink of coffee in your awesome AOB cup. And then come back, okay? And you don't have to come back at the 3rd progression. You can come back and just start again. That's what I'd recommend. Start again and see if you can get back into profit simply by starting again, right? Because at this point, you'd be down $2.70 if you lost twice. Not even that much if you lost twice in a row. Maybe it's a little bit more. Anyway, you get the point. So your stop loss, I would suggest you kind of gear your stop loss at 4th progression. If you lose on the 4th progression, I suggest you stop and you call it. At that point, you're down $13.50. And you have a couple choices. Call it a day for the day, take your licks, come back the next day or later in the evening and start all over again. That's okay. It's going to happen. You should have far more winning days, just like I have been showing you, far more winning days than you will have losing days. So you can absorb those. And on this daily tracker, whether you use this one or use your own, have this over here, which is really nice, showing you how much above your target goal you are, and of that surplus, how much are you willing to spend? If you're willing to spend all of your surplus, then you don't need this expendable column. You can find the link to this spreadsheet down in the description on all the videos. You cannot edit it in place, so once you click the link, you need to download this spreadsheet to your own computer, and then you can do whatever you want with it. And you'll need to go through and change the date that you started, you'll need to change your goal amount, etc. But use this. This will kind of help you track day to day of what you're doing. I'll add the graph. That other one doesn't have a graph, so I'll update what's on there with this because I've made some changes. Anyway, coming back here, put your unit in, see how much you're going to play. I suggest 4th tier is as high as you go, and if you lose on the 4th, you're done. Come back, start again. Now, let's say you start again, you go and you take a break, come back 3 hours later, and it's one of those sessions where you're just winning, right? Then I'm all for, this is me, I'm all for hitting this 5th progression after you've won a couple. Just jump right up to this 5th progression. If you're feeling really good, that's me, it's gambling. And remember, this is supposed to be surplus money for you. This is supposed to be money that you expect and can afford to lose. So that's how I would play it. And even if you lose this, I mean, I'm playing with a $300 bankroll today, but hopefully you're playing with a $500 to $700 bankroll. But I'm playing with a $300, and I think that's when you get better, the better you get, and the more comfortable you feel, you can start increasing these up. and have a higher unit amount with a fairly low bankroll. I would feel very comfortable playing one, and we're going to show you, and I'm going to show that to you today. So keep that in mind, that when I'm playing with a low bankroll, I'm starting with a higher unit than I would suggest, especially with a $300 bankroll. You should go down as low as you can until you feel real comfortable. With that being said, hopefully that answers your question. We're going to jump right into it. Well, I shouldn't say we're going to jump right into it, because we did anything but jump right into it. So now that we are into it, I'll kind of explain at the beginning some of the ways I'm thinking. So here's a 10-cent bet, right? Here's a 50-cent bet. So we're going to bet 50 cents if I can get to it. I didn't get to it. We're going to bet 50 cents, and I'm actually going to jump it up to $1. I have a 300, and our goal is to make $30. And what I'm going to do is, after I explain a couple things on here and show you a couple things, I'm going to just put it on fast forward and start, and just so you can see and then we're going to go play some of the other games. So every one of these low bankrolls, you'll have options of what you want to play, okay? Whether you want to play this, whether you want to go digital or not. So again, the question comes, how do I choose my streets? In this case, I didn't even look up here, okay? I didn't even look up here. But if I did look up here, what I would be seeing is, okay, I got 13, 13, 27. Those are all first street numbers. I've got a 10 here, and that's it. So I would not, I just came in here and didn't look. I would not be going reverse 2, 3, 4 streets, because we're seeing a lot of this first street hit. Okay, and there it just hit. Just so this is, if I had looked up here, I would have gone with the normal. And that's okay. I'm glad you got to see that. So that's how I kind of pick. Don't be afraid to move them around. Some people believe in the strategy of you do these streets for a couple spins and then you switch to different streets. That's not bad either. I tend to just follow the flow most of the time. Sometimes I get really stubborn, as you've seen, and I stick with these streets and I keep doubling, and it's disastrous. So that's another good reason why, if you lose 2 in a row, take a break, come back, reset, and kind of look and see and choose your streets again differently. Okay, so now we made up. Remember, when you lose once, you double, but then you come back to your base bet on the first loss. You can do that, and that will get you even. Now, if you're betting with 10 cents and you're feeling really good and you're winning, and you lose one and you up it to 20-cent streets, I would not be opposed, if you're feeling really comfortable, of keeping it at 20-cent streets for 2 spins, which would get you actually ahead 1 unit, right? But the key is, the quicker you can pull your bets back down through the progressions, the better it's going to be. Okay, well, there goes that. So now that we've lost, see, we didn't recover, we lost again. Now we got to double up to our second tier, and we need to leave it there for 2 spins. Okay, because otherwise we will just one spin that'll get this far, and then if we lower it, it'll only catch us up to this. Now that's okay. You could win at this level and then drop it down to the base bet, and you'd have to win 2 spins. Not a bad idea there to protect your bankroll. It's going to take you a little longer, but the quicker you can get back down through the tiers, the better it is. Okay, there we go. So there's one for us. And I'm going to leave it here again. But like I said, you could do it back down to base and you'd spin twice, but then you'd be bringing it down to tier 1. So that's a couple things. Take your breaks. Pick which street. Pick any 9 streets you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. Like I said, I always normally play with 3 streets in each dozen. But you could do Centipede. You could do the first 9 streets, the last 9 streets. Whatever you're feeling comfortable with, whatever your preference is. Hopefully, wherever you're playing, they allow you to save your bets so that you don't have to keep doing over and over. Okay, she is now kicking our booty. So I'm going to switch to 1, 3, 4. And see if that makes any difference. Now we're going to double. We are on our 3rd progression, okay? Normally after this point, you should be taking a break, right? If you don't recover here, you take the break, so that you prevent this downward spiral. Get a new dealer, come back with fresh eyes. I'm going to keep playing through as I usually do. And this is one of those days. Look at this. We're already in the hole $57 out of our $300 bankroll. Okay. And that was third progression, right? So now let's say 1, 2, 4, 8. We are on our fourth progression. And this is where I'm talking. You lose on this fourth progression, you call it quits for the day. Okay. Because this would put us $100-some down. Come back, start your progressions all over again. I'm glad we're losing because I want you to see just how hard it can get. And when you have a limited bankroll and you don't follow this kind of tier structure and have the kind of bankroll you need, it can get very, very difficult. All right, we won that one. That's good. But we have to stay on the fourth tier. So we're going to stay on the fourth tier. Now, if we lose this one, we still call it because we're on the fourth tier and we lose on the fourth tier. Even though we've come up a little bit, it's not enough. This is going to take us down here. Our graph is going to continue going down should we lose it here. So you lose anytime on the fourth tier, my suggestion is you call it. You take a break, and if you do come back, you start all the way back at the beginning at one tier. And you enter it into your spreadsheet so you know where you're at, and you work towards recovery. Oh my goodness. So at this point, we would call it. Okay? We would call it because this is one of those days where no matter how we're betting, we're just getting our booty kicked. Okay, so I'm going to keep playing, and I'm going to go up. Now I'm at 144. I lose this. We only have $50 in our bankroll. So again, go back to the sheet and make sure that you have 8 or 9 progressions worth of money is the safest bet, right? So we're on our 5th progression. So we're betting 144. So we'll see how it rolls, but we only had 300, and this would, if we lose this takes us out, right? We only had, cumulative loss would be 279. Okay, so we got lucky there, but the bad news is we have to win this 3 times in a row at this level. Well, you can win it twice, and then you can step it down, maybe 1 tier or 2 tiers. And again, that's the wise thing to do if you're on a limited bankroll. So this is 4th tier. Like I said, I've never gone past on a 9 straight. I've never had to go past 6 tiers. Yeah, I've never had to go past 6, but I've definitely blown through 4 tiers. So we'll see how this plays out. And again, this kind of shows that you can start skipping streets and doing whatever. Sometimes it just doesn't matter which street you're betting on. You're going to get crushed. Okay, now this brought us up all the way here. I'm not going to leave it at that. So now the good news is we can go back. And I'm going to stay with 134. And I'm going to go ahead and double it up. I highly suggest you go back down. We're down 9. If you go back down to base bet, you would have to win 3 times in a row to break even. That's a risk in itself. This would at least get us knock off $6, and then we would have $350 left. So, but I'm a little bit more, I mean, you've seen I'm risk adverse. I mean, I'll go for it. So I'm going to leave it where it's at. But on a day like this, you may just go, after being down this far and stop at minus 350. That's not a bad thing. But if you took your break, this probably would not have happened. But if you come back and it did happen to you again, which it can happen, and it will happen, then you get back here, maybe you call it. Maybe you call it a day, Better to walk away minus 350 than walk away minus, 105. Okay, there's a win. So now we're in profit, and we're up. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to play this through. You've seen what I feel about profits, and I'm going to play $1 streets, and we'll fast forward this through, and you can just watch the graph grow.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. take into your hands a plan your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and fuck all the doubters, they're just fucking downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody
Wait, that was a bruiser of a session, huh? Just shows you how it can go. We were so close. We were $3 away. Now here's what happened. I accidentally hit the reset live. We were already up $11, so we actually made $65.50. But because I accidentally hit the reset, I decided just to take the 30 again so you could see. And I'm glad I did, because you saw how bumpy this got here towards the end. And so I think at one point we had to bet $144 right there, maybe. Let's go look at our history real quick. What was the highest bet we had to do? Play 9, 18, 9, $72 bets. 72, 72, 72. Here were two 144s. So if we go to our trusty spreadsheet, 144, it took us to the 5th progression. Okay, remember, the yellow for me is the highest I've been on this, 6th progression. We were going to take a break at 4. I said cut it off. And for a $300 bankroll for sure, because we were down to not much money in the coffer. If we had lost that 144, we had been done. So I'm glad you got to see this. And then one thing I did, and I should have done it because I left to go get some coffee and we would have won a couple rounds. Put it on the auto bet and put your base bet. And that way, if you have to walk away, it'll bet the base bet if you want to. And you're not going to lose that much, but at least if it has a couple winning rounds, you can do it. And then the nice thing about putting it on the auto bet on the base bet is if you martingale and martingale and martingale, it'll always come back to that base bet and you won't have to put it again. That's why that message kept popping up going, hey, you've changed the auto bet amount. Do you want to keep this new amount? I'm like, no. That way when we win, it auto bets there. Anyway, so you can see how rough that got right there. But in the end, we persevered and we ended up with $65.50 after all. Okay, we're back. I put money in the vault, the 65 whatever, and we starting all over again as if this was a new session, $300. I was going to go back through just a couple times through the digital gaming. Even if you don't have these exact ones, the concepts are the same. I'm very, very, very wary of the digital games. You can do really well, but as everyone has said, I mean, we don't know what's going behind the scenes in the code, but I can tell you when it decides it wants you to lose, you will lose. So be careful with these. Excuse me. Okay. So what we're going to do here is there's a couple ways to play this. You can play it with 9 streets if you want. And I think that's fine. If you're going to do it, this doesn't allow you to do streets for whatever stupid reason. So you have to just put a unit on 27 numbers. You can put whatever 27 numbers you want. And here's how I would play it. Just like we play normally. Instant play is on. You bet. If you lose, I'm going to keep it, unlike live roulette where I would double, because it's digital, I'm going to keep it flat. Once I win, I will double. I lose again, I keep it flat. I lose again, I keep it flat. Now I'm going to double. And I'm going to hit that. You can see where we're at on this graph. And now we're above. Now we go all the way back down to 27 cents. As long as we're winning, we keep going. We lost, keep it flat. We lost again. That's 2. We lost again. 3, 4. See, I honestly, I really don't trust this. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. We're only going to go up to 216. 1, 2, and we're already up. Okay. So go down to 27. Loss. Play. Loss. Flat bet again. Loss again. Yeah, right. Going up to 432. 2. So you could do this. I mean, that's why I say, you know what? And we're going to change the seed after we win. Now double up. Now we're back even. Let's change the seed. I like going 4, 2, 3, 4. All right. I don't know if it makes a bit difference, but we'll see. Okay, lose. Now we go up, back down. Lose, go up. Lose, go up again. Oops, we don't go up yet. Win. Lose. Go up. Lose. Go up. 2 hits and we're all the way up. All right. And just keep going like that. Rinse and repeat. I mean, we've been going for about a little over 2 minutes and we're up $3. So times that by, say, 10 and you're at 20, 30 minutes here. Okay, we lost twice. 1, 2. Lost again, flat bet. Win, up again. Lost, flat bet. Lost, flat bet. That's 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And we're ahead. Okay, makes sense? Clear as mud. We lost, then we won. Up once, and we won. Bring it back down. We'll just do it a couple more times. Make sure you understand the progression here that I use on digital. Lost once, lost twice, lost 3 times, hit. 1, 2, 3. Miss, loss, go up 1 more. 1, miss, hit, go up 1 more. Miss, hit, go up 1 more. Now we need 1 more. There, now we're in progression. Now we're up in profit. I mean, I really don't trust this digital roulette. I don't know why it'd be any different than dice. Okay, so you can see we're up to $9 almost. Pretty easily and pretty quickly, right? I mean, we went up to a max bet of what, 11 or 14 bucks. So, I mean, all in all, it's pretty low, right? There's 2 losses, 3 losses, 4 losses, 5. 3, 4, 5. 1. We're already in I didn't think we need to go 5. We need to go 3 or 4. All right. And we're already at 11. Okay, so that's one way. I think when you're playing this, a better way to do it is to go, let's say, 10 cents. Okay. The other one, you're making 9 cents. When we put 27 on 9 streets, which are 27 numbers, we put 27 cents. You get 1/3 of that as a profit. So we were making 9. We're going to go 10 and we're going to play high or low. Okay. And I'm just going to go with high. And let's see how we do. We're at $11. And on these, you just martingale every time until you win. Then back down. Whoops, we were supposed to go back down. Now we martingale. Back down. I got a little bit too quick for my martingale. Now we won. As soon as you win with once on the martingale, you go all the way back down. That's a break even. Loss, martingale. Win, back down. Loss, martingale. Back down. 1 loss. We forgot the martingale, so we broke even. Loss, martingale again. There it is, all the way back down. See? Easy peasy. Martingale, back down. So not as fast, you know, in terms of you're not going to get as many hits, but you're also starting out at 10 cents instead of 27 cents. There we go. So this is really a low risk way. And look, we're already up to 14 bucks. So you can keep going. Now what I'm going to show you, and do not do this unless you're just going to put like 30 bucks, put the rest in the vault. I caution you about going to the auto mode that you see so many people doing. But I'm going to do it. And what I'm going to do is, just to show you, I'm going to go 1 cent. Or no, you have to clear it here. We're going to go 1 cent. And we're going to go 19 to 36. I'm going to clear our chart here just so we can see it better. We're on auto. We got to move this away. Yeah, let's move this right here. And we're going to say bet one amount, bet 1 cent. Don't finish, just infinite number of games. Whenever we lose, increase it by 100. That's martingaling it. Okay, that's doubling your money. And you could put a stop loss here. Let's just say 10 bucks. We lose more than $10 on this, it'll stop. Okay, now let's see how well this does. 1 penny. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the animation so it's even faster. And you need to sit here because this will lose if you just let it keep running. It will hit 1 dozen over and over and over again until you lose. Trust me. But as soon as you hit 1, you're in profit already. So if you get really comfortable and you're up really good and you want to try it, put all your money in the vault and leave like 25 bucks or something. Then go to 1 penny. And then you can just sit here. Or if you know you're willing to lose the 50 bucks, but you're going to put a stop loss in to say $5 or $10, leave it and walk away for a little bit. And maybe you'll get lucky and come back. And this will be, you know, at 20 bucks. I mean, we're really doing very little. Let's stop it. And I'm going to go up to, I'm going to go up to 10 cents. Let's see if we get in any trouble with this. Phew. Phew. I mean, I'm just going to let this play out for a little bit. Let's see how long it takes us to get it to say 5 bucks. Keep in mind, we're only betting 10 cents. And you can see our bet up here. As we lose, it starts going up. That went to $1.60. But we have a stop loss of 10 bucks. Now, what I recommend is if you get to like 5 bucks or something, stop. Change the seeds or something, because this will end up losing you. It will cause you to lose. Let's just see how long it takes us to get up to another 5 bucks. Again, the auto is very, very risky. One way that you can mitigate the riskiness of this is by doing this. Well, I'll wait till we get to 10 and show you. Because what makes this risky, number one, is it's going so fast. And when you start to lose and it's doubling up, I mean, this graph will just crash on you hard. I mean, look at all those losses. It loves hitting over here. There we go. All right, we're at $10 even. So one thing you can do to mitigate is just come down here, turn off instant play, turn on animations. And if you're going to walk away or you just want this running in the background, now when it starts getting on a losing streak, at least you have time to do something about it, right? And you can see up here, total amount is 80 cents, 160, 320. Finally, and we're back down to 10, but you could stop it if you needed to. Okay, so that's how you can mitigate that a little bit. All right, stop autoplay, and I think even if you put instant play with animations on, it doesn't spin the wheel. No, that's what we were already on. Okay, so that's that. So you can see we made $10 really quickly there, and we made what? Another, so you're up to $20 here already. And if you do it at these penny or 10 cents, you're pretty safe, okay? But again, watch it, because these ones are tricky. All right, so that's roulette, dice, mines are my favorite for building bankroll in a short amount of time, but you're doing just short little bursts. So let's come back to mines. We have let's just pretend we have $300 there again. I'm gonna bet probably $1, and we're gonna martingale on losses until we recover. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we double it up. Double it again. Okay, we're at $4. We're going to cash out, and that gives us $1 profit. Look at it, and we're literally into this thing 10 seconds, right? Yeah, right. Like I said, when they decide they want you to lose, you will lose. I could have cashed out at 4, and I should have. What are we down? We're down 14. So cash out. Now we're up $2. Yep, that's good old mines. There we go. We go 7. Now we're up $6. I mean, really, when you think about it, what was our highest bet here? I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing compared to when you consider like playing roulette. Cash out. We're already up to $8, and we've only been playing for a couple minutes. So if your goal is 30 or $50, if you're patient and you start and you just go and work through it, you can get this in such a low amount of time. Now, every day won't be like that, and I suggest when you first start playing it with 10 cents or something, you know? I mean, just play it with a really low bankroll and see how you can do on a really low bankroll. Or let's say you really want to get to 30 and you get up to 25, lower it down to 50 cents bets or 25 cent bets so that if you do lose, you don't lose everything you've already built up for. All right, let's go back to favorites. So you know I love mines. You just saw roulette mines. It was very easy for us to get up to $30 quickly. My favorite, dice. Let's clear this again. And we're going to put this, for me, I'm going to put it at 75. Others like it at 70. I used to play it on 60. And we're just going to go $1. This is going to give us 32 cents per win. The nice thing is it's fast. So again, you lose. This is going to be just like roulette, digital roulette. I lose, I leave it till I win, then I double, then I bring it back down. Now we're just going to keep clicking till we stop hearing the sound, the little ding. Win, double, bring it back down. And just like in the other roulette, if we lose more than once before we recover, there's 2 losses. I'm only going to, if we do 2 losses in a row, I don't double like I did in roulette. Because this has a tendency to hit a bunch of times. So I just double once, keep our progression, and look, we're already ahead now. So now we're going to go back down to 1. One second, my iRobot just turned on. It's making noise. Okay, we're back. Man, I love my iRoomba. It's the kind that I used to have one that just had the bag inside of it and you had to dump it. This one has the docking station so it can clean for a week, 2 weeks and not worry about it. All right, let's get going back. Win, double, win, bring it down. As you'll recall, see, so we lost twice in a row. We win. We only martingale up once. We don't double it up. We lost again, leave it. Second time, leave it. We only go up once every series of losses. We don't do it like that. Loss, loss, double, 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 loss, double, double. See, we're almost all the way back up. Now, when I get almost back up, like after 2 doubles, I have it. There. No need to risk 16 bucks. Go all the way back down now. Now, if I'm feeling like it's been doing well with not hitting over here, sometimes I'll leave it at the double for a little bit longer and risk it. Right now, it's hopping back and forth a lot. So I left it at 8 for 3 hits, but that's a risk. Until you get really comfortable with it, don't do that. I didn't bring it back down on that one. There, we're in lead again. Leave it twice, even though we lost twice. Leave it. Leave it. Double it. Leave it. Oh, I doubled it before we won. But anyway, leave it. Now come down once. Looking at the graph, you can see where we're at. We're going to go 8, and now we're in the head again. So it doesn't have to be an exact science. If you accidentally do this or do that, big deal. Just keep an eye on your graph over here, and that thing's really, really helpful. We're getting a lot of misses on this one. Coming down to 16. Loss. Whew. It's really being tough with us today. Come back down to 64. Back down to 64. Might even here go down to 16. And then just leave it at 16 for more hits. And look at that, we're already back up. But this one just shows you, even with the $1 bet, that got us all the way up to $128. And we went all the way down in the hole, just a little over 600, which is a third of your bankroll, which is huge. So be very, very careful. That's why if you have the time and you're not experienced in this game yet, see, we lost like 4 or 5 times. Now, this is one of the cycles I'm talking about. When it starts hitting down in the red and it starts losing 2, 3, 4, 5 times, bouncing back over here, but then coming down and losing multiple times, that's bad news. That's one of the cycles. There's 3 cycles that I've noticed. So we're going to change our C, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I do 4. It's just superstition. Okay, back down to 1. Up. Now, because we're behind, I'm going to leave it at 2. Like this, and I'm going to hope that I get a good list of them. There we go. I mean, we're already past 30, and you didn't need to be 8. Here's another thing. When you're betting 75%, it takes you roughly 3 wins for every loss at that same level. So just like I was when I lost down here, let's say that was a loss, and then I bet again and I win, and I'm going to move it up. When I bet 2, I'm going to move it up to 4. This is a perfect example. There's 1, 2, 3. Those 3 spins at $4 level just paid for themselves if I were to lose at the $4 level on the next one. So you have to decide, do I want to keep that and go back down to 1? Or do I want to risk maybe making a little bit more? And for every 3 spins, it pays for itself. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now it's paid for itself a second time, and we're way up more than if we were 1. 1, 2, 3. It paid for itself. So everything we do now, I consider it house money as long as we don't lose more than once or twice on this. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's our loss. All right, so now I'm going to leave it the same. And I'm going to keep it the same. And I'm going to go down now. Back down. And I'll only do that when it gets out of this stage where it looks like it's heading back down. Because there's 3 phases, right? I told you before. 1, where it's bouncing back and forth, like almost every one or every other one, it's bouncing back and forth. The second is when it's going down to losing, then staying in that losing area for 2, 3, 4 in a row, heading back out for maybe 1, then coming back, losing multiples in a row. That's the worst there is. And the best thing you can do about that is way lower your bet, flat bet it, and go change the seed. The third one is the one we want to see where it's hitting like it should most of the time over here, then over here a bunch, and over here. And when you notice that you're in that phase, that's when you can actually increase your bet. So I'm going to risk it and go up to 2. Just because it lost once doesn't mean it's not good still. I mean, we were hitting 1, 2, 3. Now I come back down to 4. I'm going to go to 2. 4. Back down to 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's been heading back down, so I'm going to come back down. You'll see when you play this a lot more and you kind of get a feel for it. But the idea is the slower you go on this, the better. Trust me. You start hitting that space bar like crazy and you will lose. All right, so we won a nice 73 bucks just kind of monkeying around. We did get into deep water once. All right, so we've done mines, we've done roulette, we've done dice. Let's head over here to Dragon Tower. This one is definitely an interesting one. In terms of, it's nice that you can recover really quickly. I go easy. Let's just start with $1 and see how we do. And I'm just going to go pick a random tile. Dead. Double. Dead. Double. Normally, 2 will get you almost out of, like, we're at 296. That gets you almost back out to starting. So whenever you're doubling, as long as you get to 2 levels, you can pretty much cash out right there. Boy, it doesn't even want to get us to a 3rd level, does it? What does this get us? And I'm going to stay at the 2 because we should have gone again. All right, there we go. We're up $2. Back down to 1. Double it up. 1, 2. Double it up. Okay, cash out. That gets us about break even. Just 2. All you need is 2 levels to break even. I was trying to get to the top. I've only been to the top 3 times. Let's see if we can get there. Oh. We could have cashed out and profited there, by the way. Okay, what is that? $16? Look at that. I mean, all right, let's see if we get to the top. Nope. And I'm just going to keep playing on $1, which is what you can do. As you see you're dropping, you can just leave it at $1 and just decide to try to go up more tiles to recover. We're not doing a good job of getting up many tiles. Wow. Whew. Oh man, we got up to 7 or 8. Oh well. Okay. So you see where we're at, but I'm not going to go that high. Let's go $16. Oh, $32. $64. What does that give us? $47? $84. All right. We're going to call it quits right there. I was just having fun. Okay, so that's Dragon, Ladder, and our last and not least, but sort of, is Limbo. Again, I would suggest you start out with a very low bet. I like playing it on, actually the other day I put it on $1.30, didn't I? So let's go up here to $1. Oh, this is autoplay. And just go play. And we'll martingale with every loss. Back down. I didn't martingale appropriately. Plus, we're only playing at 1.3, so we need a lot more to win versus before. Because we're playing at a 1.3 multiplier, so we need a much lower number. But then we need a lot more wins. There we go. We're already up to 260. Look how easy this is. Printing money. All right, up again. Now we got to leave it there a couple times. There we go. Look at that. Up at 10 bucks already. And the highest we win is $16. That's nothing. All right. So that's how you get it. We're already at $13.50. You're already halfway there, and the highest bet we won is 16. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's go $25. Ooh, there's a nice win. Double. Oof. Whew. That got scary in a hurry. Good thing we went down. After a string of wins, I usually like to go back down. All right. Let's go up high again. There we go. 76. Let's get to 100. 92. All right. We got to 100 in a hurry. Don't go on that amount. That's just the amount I'm showing. Okay. So we did $30, or at least showed you how you could easily get to $30 on all of these. And I say easily, as long as you're using a really low starting bet amount and your bankroll is appropriate, these are a very, very easy way. Take your time. You can grind out. I'll be back for another session in a couple days, and we'll do this all over again so that you can see over and over and over. And we'll play some different strategies on these to show you different ways to get to $30. I'll even show you some of the autos with Dragon Tower, Limbo, Mines, and we'll do some auto with dice. And you can just kind of see that, how it works. But it's very dangerous, not something to recommend. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great Monday, have a great week, and we'll catch you next time. Be good humans. Be good to each other. Cheers.